Chapter 9, Mishnah 6. As we have learned, the sages decreed that a seriously ill person has the ability to give out his property even through verbal instruction, and the recipients of his gifts do not need to make a kinyan to acquire them. The first section of this Mishnah discusses what type of gifts are covered by this decree. If a seriously ill person wrote a document giving all of his property to others, but he left over some land for himself, the law is that his gift remains valid even if he recovers from his illness. Since he left some property for himself, clearly he was not thinking that he would surely die, and we assume that he meant for the gifts to take place even if he were to survive. This is not considered a deathbed gift, and it works only if a kinyan was made. But if he did not leave over some land for himself, rather he gave all of his properties away, then his gift does not remain valid if he recovers. When a seriously ill person gives away everything that he owns, he is clearly doing so only because he believes that he will not survive. Thus, it is a true deathbed gift. No kinyan is required, and if he recovers, the properties remain his. The second part of the Mishnah discusses a case where it is not clear whether a person who distributed his property was seriously ill when he did so. A person who is now healthy wrote a gift document giving all of his property to others, and it was not written in the document that the giver was a seriously ill person. Then there arose an argument between the giver and the people to whom the gifts were given. He, the giver, says that he was seriously ill when he wrote the document, and now that he has recovered, the gift should be invalid. But they, the people named in the document, say that he was healthy when he wrote the document, and therefore the gifts should still be valid. In such a case, the giver must bring proof that he was seriously ill when the gifts were given. These are the words of Rebbe Meir. According to Rebbe Meir, since right now the person is healthy, we assume that he was healthy when the gifts were given, unless he could prove otherwise. Therefore, the gifts are valid unless the giver brings witnesses who testify that he was indeed seriously ill at the time he gave the gifts. But the sages say the burden of proof rests upon the one who wishes to take something away from his fellow. Since the giver is the one holding the property, and the recipients want to take it from him, they must prove that the gifts were valid. Therefore, if they wish to be awarded the property, they must bring witnesses that the giver was healthy at the time the gifts were given.